There.
She's getting the stream started. All right.
Hey guys, come on in.
Got it. I got it.
All right.
We will now bring in the members of our jury.
Plug lamp. Yeah, enjoy.
Oh, they changed it. Oh no, this is the same one. I see. Yeah, let's talk about it. Because fires, we got to put fires on it. So yeah, it might make sense. Getting emotional. So stupid. Maybe a mess. Thank you, Bigger. Thank you. Woo! Woo!
I hope that brings you this joy. This situation has brought you joy.
How many viewers do we have? But they'll come now that the thing happened. There's nobody like her when it comes to popular. Popular. Tell me better than I'm.
And the newest member of our jury voted out last tribal council, Mary. All right.
All right. Well, congratulations for winning your individual immunity. First one, you have guaranteed yourself a spot in the Final Four. That means you will not get voted out of this game. You will only leave this game if you go to fire and lose. So congratulations to that. So let's talk about the challenge real quick. This is a kind of old school classic Survivor story challenge. Joe here told you a wonderful story that he wrote about an ancient spirit of the Cherokee tribe here in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and
He got all the questions.
I got all these questions right when he listed them to me.
A little bit more pressure, and you probably had food in your stomach.
Truth. So they had to listen to a story, and then they had stations here, and then we had 5 production members and all the different trails, and they had to after listening to Joe's story, they had to run to each trail, and the producer had a question for them about the story. If they got it right, they were able to pick up a bag of puzzle pieces. If they didn't get it right, they were going to have to come back here to me and pick up a marble as a penalty and bring the marble to them in order to get their bag of puzzle pieces. So it was beneficial to listen and get the answer right. If not, you had some extra running to do and you would lose some time. The puzzle was an arch puzzle, very classic Survivor arch puzzle. Of course, it was a miniature arch puzzle. They were able to do it just on the side of one of these tables. 10-piece puzzle, said all stars on both sides, had 2 little stars, and it had all stars, but one side was black, one side was white. And of course, all stars has 2 A's, 2 L's, and 2 S's, and it had to be right on both sides. Riley was the first person back with all 5 of his bags, and he started putting the puzzle together. Ellie also made it back with 5 bags, and these were the only 2 that made it back successfully with 5 bags. Riley, just he got here and he got that puzzle together eventually and took home the win. I'm getting a lot of right because I lost the marble.
Yeah.
So Riley, tell us, since you did win this, tell us about your strategy and kind of how it worked, how it went for you.
Yeah, I focused on speed with that my advantage in this challenge. I think so. Going to a lot of the crews and trying to answer the question as quickly as possible. There was one down this path where it was like how many days or something, blah 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 blah, where the answer was 7. And I just blurted out 2. And as soon as I said 2, I was like, the answer is 7. But I was just trying to move as quickly as possible, just to try to. I didn't want to sit there and spend 30 seconds trying to recant the lovely story that you wrote, Joe. Yeah, I think I only ended up getting 2 right, maybe, having to come back for 3 marbles. But yeah, just trying to move quickly and take some shortcuts here around the property, trying to expedite things. And that was just my strategy. Was to just go as fast as possible.
Yeah, we heard that you just kind of created your own shortcut from like the blue trail to like the yellow trail.
Yeah, he came up the yellow trail and like from the bottom, and I'm like, who is down there? and how did they get off course? And when I saw it was Riley, I was like, what is going on? And then Garrett was like, oh, he just came from blue, and I'm like, oh, he just made his own trail.
Which we said that get there however you want, but get all your puzzle pieces back here. So it worked. It worked out for you.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Ellie, how about you? You were so close.
Yeah, I kind of had the same strategy. I went down this way first because I knew it would be steep, and I was like, the story's fresh on my mind. I'm not getting that one wrong. So I went down that one first, got it right. I got 3 out of the 5 right.
Okay.
I ended up getting this one wrong. I come back for the marble initially. I tried the other one, got that one wrong, and then did all of the others. I got yours right, and I got Garrett's right. So I got 3 bags, and then I just had to do the marbles. But coming back from the second marble, I could not physically run anymore. So I was like kind of half jogging, and I got here pretty close.
Yeah, you were very shortly after he got here.
I assembled the puzzle. I had it completely correct. I just could not get it to stand. So the first time I assembled it, I had it right, but my arm was shaking. So I had to like stand over it. Anyways, it was very close. It was fun.
Did you have the sandpaper pieces on the ground?
I did have the sandpaper pieces on the ground.
You just could not get it. So for the rest of you, I know you didn't get to the arch puzzle, but did it?
Because I didn't know. I went to that one first. I knew that one was slick, but I had never run down that one. I never had to. So I was like, that's got wood chips and stuff. And I was like, I need to go find out if I'm gonna die. So I went there first, and of course got it wrong, and I had to come back. And then, but then I knew it was. So then I did I was trying back and forth on that one, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna go try to die because I have my thing was to go there around, and then Joe, and
Mhm.
then come back. And if I had to get marbles, then I knew where I could go from there.
Yeah.
And I only got that one, and that's
Okay.
what she told me the answer.
Aw.
Is it hard because you just have so much going
I
on?
had so much going on in my
Yeah.
day. And the story was long, and I'm not gonna lie. There was a point I did realize I was like, oh fuck, story. I like literally stopped for a
You
minute.
zoned out.
I zoned completely out because you were reading me a bedtime story.
Yeah, I
And
see.
they're all very tired. And then I went, no, listen. So there's a group in there. I was like, oh, that's gonna be a marble.
Well, you must have liked it.
What about you, Lynn?
My strategy was to go down the red path at first.
Mhm.
I felt the most comfortable with that. Just kind of, I thought it was like the shortest of all of them. Like we try to get those first, knock out as many of the short paths as possible. Joe, that was a path, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I like actually paid attention to your story. By the time I got there, I felt like I was already out of breath and my hands were tingling. The answer was pine trees. So that's like the theme of the season. For
We've
me,
come
just me
full
not
circle.
Getting pine trees. So
You're
next
gonna
time
become a pine tree
We're all gonna
expert.
play
right, I'm gonna be a pine tree expert. Everyone's an expert the next time I'm here. But that was apparently it. But then like I went down and it was also the how many days thing, and I was like, oh, let me remember, it's 7. I did end up going through every path. I went there to the end. By the time that I was climbing back up, because I was just trying to like stay running and not walk, I literally collapsed right after the challenge was done. I was like, this pushed me to my limits.
Wow.
I would like my hands were tingling, my face is still tingling now. I wasn't able to speak to some of you guys incoherent sentences, but again, I blame the pine trees. So that was it.
Out in the dark. And as we've seen, when that usually happens, and Mary said it herself, she knew it was going to be her.
And that was the last time to use the shot in the dark too. So
Absolutely.
that advantage is no longer in play.
Yep. Now you just have a souvenir die.
Mhm.
But you know, now that it's happened, what was the strategy there? What was the reason? Basically that it was Mary, as opposed to anyone else, or as opposed to any other type of strategy that you may have had. We talked about and announced that Lynn had an idol, but Lynn got one vote. So Kat, you're nodding. So like, tell me about what happened there.
I would like to know too, because I voted for Lynn. So there you go.
Okay. What
I had a
about?
different story when I went in there.
I see. Okay. Ellie, you have anything to say about it?
Well, I think that Lynn had reached out to me, Kim, and Riley and discussed like just voting together, and whether or not we were going to decide to flush her idol or not was up to us, but we decided to align ourselves with her instead for that vote. So I think there was a lot of scrambling for that one, as we were emphasizing last time. There were many things. There was another plan and another plan, and that was the one
That stuck.
stuck.
Do you have any regrets of that decision? I guess specifically knowing you allowed an idol to get to a final 5, and that's the last chance anyone can play a hidden immunity idol.
I wouldn't say regrets. I mean, it is like you don't want to be sitting without a necklace when there's an idol in 5. Like
Yeah.
that is horrifying, and I am in that position today, and it is what it is, and we're rolling with it. So there's no point in me regretting something that has already been put in place.
Lynn, you obviously have announced that you have an idol. It is the final 5. This is the last time to play an idol. What are your thoughts about that? Is it something that you you're gonna play, you're not gonna play? Do you want to not show your hand on that and on that question?
So this is when I was thinking about what moves I should be making
Mhm.
to differentiate myself from everyone and to try to make these big moves that I know the jury is looking forward to see. That I know make me an exciting candidate. So I had a couple of conversations with different people to see what they were thinking
Mhm.
and where the votes would be, and to see if we can do some sort of interesting play that would catch some people off guard. But it seems like the vote is set in stone, completely, no budging.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, that is a statement. Does anyone want to opine on that or disagree with it? You okay?
Should you be on this side?
Yeah,
Steph?
can we move Lynn away from the
Yeah.
father?
Yeah. Let's flip you.
Yeah, flip.
I'll take the heat. I'm cold.
Did anyone want to piggyback off of Lynn at all? No? Or anything else to add? Like what is the oh.
Let's just pause.
Yeah, we'll just pause for a second.
I saw someone in distress and I just wanted to.
Appreciate it, Ash. We'll pause tribal council for now and let Justin take care of this.
Well, you ran again. Never done trail.
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll stay here.
Okay.
We should be back shortly.
You can see all the paper again.
Did it just reconnect?
Just reconnect the snap.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. This is Joe. We are pausing our tribal council momentarily. One of our players needed medical, and so they are getting seen about for a few minutes. And so hopefully we'll be able to resume our tribal council momentarily. Please stay tuned, but we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
You want to stop the stream then?
No, people watching that.
We can keep going. I do like the music though. If you want to turn it up a little bit and just
We just went.
a little mood music setting. Nice.
Yeah.
We literally have.
It's so hard. You don't want to sit back.
Oh, we're starting. Like Christmas.
That's the best part.
Well, listen, when it was raining,
You're broken.
yeah.
Because literally the elements were extreme, abusive, and unforgiving. It was so sad. It was so sad. Look at this is the fucking fourth medical situation. We needed a doctor.
Well, we have one.
Yeah, exactly. We needed it.
No required one. Yeah, about 2 hours.
Yeah, it was extreme, guys. I mean, whoever wins this game is gonna definitely be able to say they deserve to win it. This was not easy. It wasn't even on the cusp of easy. I think that even it was harder than they thought it was going to be, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
it was brutal. It was brutal. So.
Yeah. How would you describe it, Tug?
Well,
You're on TV.
it was, I think, okay, so the first time we went down that fucking trail in the dark, I was like, I could have won Survivor if it wasn't for this fucking trail. And then I think like the fifth time I went up, I was like, it's okay, it's fine. I think I have like a strategy. I'll just take 4 or 5 steps, hold on to a fucking branch for dear life, and keep going. But then when we lost that challenge and I realized I wasn't going to be eating and I've already injured my knee that I just a week ago got lidocaine and cortisone injections into, and it's already re-injured. I was like, whoever the fuck wins this season, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Did you anticipate it being anywhere near this difficult?
No. I think like the elements fuck with you. I did as much prep as I could to make sure they wouldn't get to me and I wouldn't be uncomfortable. So his challenges are my weakness. So
Jeff Miller would like to ask why you get the walking stick.
oh,
Wait a second. I've been coming for 96 hours.
okay. I didn't use a walking stick because walking sticks are not substitutes for ligaments and cartilage.
That is science.
Yes. And also I wanted to keep my patella where it is currently.
Did you say Jeff Wells?
No, Jeff Miller, Kat's husband. Kat's husband.
So my knee was like
stick. So
Yeah. So my knee was clicking, my left knee, and then that fucking storm. And as soon as that storm started, like my knee started throbbing, and I was like, I'm hungry and also I'm injured. So then I started thinking to myself, how many people in this game would actually take me to a final two and sit with me in front of a jury? Not a lot. So I was like, do I take the risk of completely injuring myself and having like a robo leg for the rest of my life? And I was willing to do that if I thought I could actually win Survivor. But then I was like, once these challenges are going to be me for myself and I've injured myself, I was like, I can't, like that fucking trail is no joke. Can somebody please just walk down with a camera in the dark?
Yeah, you should show. I think
Please,
there'd be a
it's
video
like,
of it.
it's like a haunted house.
Maybe.
There should be a video.
Tell us how you really feel.
Let's.
It's like a haunted house.
I didn't
And then
follow steps.
there's like places you can hang on to for dear life. Also stumps. What the fuck is that?
So-
You're just walking.
Or the hollow stairs.
and
Yeah,
then
the
all of a
hollow
sudden it
stairs.
literally kicks you in the fucking foot for no
So,
reason.
I know that the outdoor elements and everything were difficult. The weather was rough, but I want to hear from someone, particularly Andrea, about the challenge that ended at 3 o'clock in the morning. That took over 3 hours to complete.
Tribal council was 4 a.m.
I got in the house at like 4.
Yeah, so that challenge that took super long, first off, didn't think I would be one of those people hanging on super long. I was going to quit. Okay, so the challenge was a classic Survivor game. You got, I can't do my actual arm, but you got one arm in the air. It's connected to a cord, and if your hand drops, water dunks on you and you're out. Classic Survivor game. So when we read the clue, we all automatically knew what it was, and I got like geeked out, right? Because I'm a Survivor super fan. And then I get up there and I'm like, whoo, y'all, this is hard. And literally 40 minutes in, I had turned myself around from my opponents, leaned over and boohoo cried. And I was like, I can't do this, bitch. You cannot do this. You are not an athletic person. You are not a comp beast. This is just not your thing. This is not how you became an all-star. All right. It was your social game. But then Joe said something like, this is 40 minutes. Remember the last time we played in Decepticon, which I won. The final game, it took us 45 minutes or 46 minutes for me to actually do it and win. And I was like, shit, he's right. It did take me that long and I could fucking do it. And I did hard things. I actually won competitions. I never won competition before. And that's how I won that game. It was like, you know what? I can do it. And so I literally twisted myself back around and somehow hung out with some amazing people for 3 freaking hours until my arm literally fell asleep and I could not control it anymore. And I honestly could not be more prouder than myself and prouder than the people, all of us who stood up there and tried and did it and are still having repercussions to this day right now. Yep.
Well, it's the same day.
Well, it doesn't feel like it. No, that was like,
Technically, it is the same day.
okay. It feels like several days ago. The time concept has really messed up my mind because I'll wake up I'm like, yes, clock, that's my normal clock, but as the day goes on I have no idea what time it is, and at nighttime I want to go to sleep because my arm was stretched. I kept yawning every 10-15 minutes and I had to apologize to Kim because if I wasn't yawning I was burping. I don't know what was happening, but my body was like, we don't know why you're standing here in the rain, but get out. Like, and then but when it rained it actually pumped me up even more. I was like, I can fucking do this. Yeah, let's go. So I wish it would have rained again. And I wish we could have still kept our other arm up there because I think I could have hung out. And at that point, I just wanted to beat Poverty's record and then send that tape into CBS and be like, put me on. Put me on. My application is there.
Who else wants to apply to CBS? Yeah.
And then I also feel like it was a terrible idea that I told my entire castmates that I wanted to be on Actual Survivor because then I feel they looked at me like, bitch.
Actual Survivor. I feel like this is actual Survivor.
This
As
is
well,
actual Survivor.
This is a good test.
Spend out on a beach, like a flat-ish environment, and then you come out here for 4 days. I feel like each day is a week. Like
When they said outdoors, I was greatly misled.
because
What
because
did you think it was?
Flat land.
No.
Island.
I knew we would be camping in the woods. I did not think that the trails would be as treacherous as they were. I got voted out early, but I was still exhausted. So when I did get voted out, I was like, okay, this is not that bad because I'm not gonna kill myself on these trails. But it's really hard because it's the one day that we had you're coming up for a challenge, you go back home. You come back up for tribal, you go back home. You come back, and we had so much up and down, up and down. If you had to pee, hold it till you have to actually be back up there again.
We had a pee.
Yeah, I'm not
I
peeing in the woods. I'm sorry. I would have
1000% peed by the
peed.
pond.
I would have peed all over myself.
It was.
I'm just saying this. Like, we can't say like, oh, an actual Survivor, because to me, this is also actual Survivor. Like, I mean, literally, people are literally trying to survive right now. So
I think one of the important things that Andrea mentioned just a moment ago is that she's like, I can do hard things. How many people learned that they can do hard things? Oh, Tim, tell us how you feel, Tim.
This is the most disheartening thing I've ever done in my life. I hate it all. I'm never going on Survivor. That dream's gone. So be it. I can't stay outside for a day.
you were sick.
So Tim was medevacked on the first day.
No, I could a little bit. It was incredibly hard. Our camp, we did have the garbage camp. I think that is vetted through and through now the jury has talked. It was, which it brought our little ragtag group of like just crotchety ne'er-do-wells together. It was a rough go. It was a real rough go. There was not a drop of shade. There was
no freaking shade.
No, none.
But you were there.
I was there for a while. And then I went inside the oven tent to cool off, and that was a mistake.
Good.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, but it was really. The elements were another player in this season. That's really what it comes down to. And I think what Felix said earlier is very true, that there is, whoever wins this absolutely earned it. Because not only were they playing against an amazing cast of people, strategic, physical, across really incredible players, the elements were a whole other thing. I came in feeling really good. Where I was at in the game when I went out, I felt super good about my spot. I thought I would be able to make a long tear. And unfortunately, life happens sometimes. You get a little sick. And just especially coming out, wanting to do really well in that first challenge, make sure that I wasn't the first one out. Coming up that one murder hill that we'd gone down, I couldn't even get my legs lifted all the way up, where I was literally tripping and falling and like climbing up on all fours to try to stay in, and maybe overdid it a little bit then and could never quite recover from that piece. Yeah, so a couple regrets on what I could have done to maybe take better care of myself, but on whole, what can you do?
Yeah. Will, your most favorite moment?
I have to push anything. I think overall, like, first of all, it's just fun being with everybody. But
Imagine holding your arm up in the rain and having that light in your face.
my favorite part, I think, was just getting to play. Decepticon is fun, but getting to play home. Mary and I were holding hands last night as the votes were cast, and both of us were kind of like, I don't want to go, but it's raining and I'm cold, and I get to go inside, and we think it's like 4 a.m. And so my second favorite part was getting to sleep on that couch last night. So it's so comfortable. That's it.
Daniel Murphy would like to say he's so proud of everyone.
Thank you, Daniel.
Daniel. Ash, tell us what your shirt says over here.
It says, in my element.
Are you truly in your element out here?
Absolutely not. I am so glad that I did this. I am so glad to be a part of helping make your dreams come true, because that is a special thing that we're all so happy to be a part of. I have to tell you that. Thank you for having the faith in us to take this as seriously as we have. And we can't wait to crown a winner and to hear you tell us why. And we're just so happy to be here and see this happen. I'm so happy to
just to
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really special. You know, it's not something that is an everyday occurrence. And want to have fun because you only get one life, right? And like, so get out there and enjoy yourself, do something, you know, even if you think you could never do it, just try and get out there and do something. And even if you fail, which maybe you won't, maybe you will, but you know, it's awesome. But yeah,
Saw one of those chairs on the trail where it just takes you off.
tell us about your experience idol hunting.
I think it is as close as I'll ever come to cryptid hunting. So, cryptid.
Cryptid. Okay.
Yeah.
So watch this.
As, I have questions about what crypto hunting would be, but yes, cryptid hunting. Yeah, no, it was pretty cool to realize that, like, I guess I didn't realize that, like, going all of the different places and hiking all over the place and making your own trails and like climbing up on stuff and all that, like, I didn't realize that that was something that I thought that's what absolutely everybody would be doing, like out in the dark and the rain, like on their own. And apparently, like, no. So, you know, even though like I didn't wind up finding it, I didn't wind up getting it, like it was, I feel like I pushed as hard as I could in the areas that I could.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that. I'm definitely, this has been very challenging and hard, and you know, being voted out is hard. The only other time I played, I won, and that was like a very, like, an important pivotal moment in my life. And I can't wait to see what kind of growth I have from this experience.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm just incredibly grateful to be here with and to have stayed in the game that long with so many incredible players that I just most of the time don't feel like I could measure up, but like to really feel like I belong to be here, and that no, like I belong in this group of incredible people.
Nice.
To do this is amazing.
Thank you, Mary.
You say like you're not a
Yeah, but I mean, this is all stars, like, and you know, so much of the time, like, the difference between, like, you know, being in the game and winning the game, so much, like, there's luck involved. Like, I mean, there don't get me wrong, it's not all luck. Like, you know, there's a lot of skill involved too, but to be like, no, these are all experienced players, and so many of them have won before. Like, I mean, that is, it's a different, and I wasn't scared going into it this time. I was very intimidated and very scared going into the first season. And to be coming into this with a group of people that that are so good at the social deception, the puzzles, you know, so many people that were coming in that were such athletic challenges, athletic threats, like all of that, to be coming into that and to in that same situation I got so excited the day before this. That didn't happen the last time. That's a completely different me that was stepping into this game. And that's just so that's so exciting, you know?
No, I totally get that. That's for me, even though maybe this experience was not quite as well as I had, it was a really sorry, I need to be mic'd up apparently. Yeah, no, so for me, even though like maybe this experience didn't go quite as well as I had, a lot of what Mary's saying is true that like looking at where I was the day before and like leading up and coming into this game, I was so much more confident in myself and assured of myself and really excited to be here and play and be with all these amazing people. Where I look back to my first game, I recognize I was a very different person. I was a lot more scared, not only about the game, but just of myself in life. And having these two sort of experiences as goalposts to see the growth I've had in the past 2 years has been incredibly rewarding for myself. And one thing that I really want to thank Joe and Patrick and all of production for giving us this opportunity to do these crazy things. And whether we finished better or worse than we had expected, I think we can all say that no matter what, there are things that we're taking away from this, which is really incredible. So, yeah, even going out early.
Vinny, give us your
Oh yeah, Vinny. Vinny, how you doing?
Oh, I've enjoyed myself. That first challenge was real tough, and then I got to stay in a cabin all weekend, which was
It's very nice. I
yeah,
would say.
privilege is nice. I've been vibing. Disappointing. It's been sad, but I will say I am glad I didn't have to do too much of those trails because my thighs and like calves were still sore after 2 days. It was brutal. Look, let me not look that those trails are a nightmare. Those trails were tough.
Let's hear. So we also have another winner here with us. Our season 1 werewolf survivor, Jonathan. Jonathan, is this your first live game? And if so, tell us how that experience has been.
Yes, this is the first time I've played a live game. Second game overall, yours being the first. The experience has been amazing so far. Everyone here has been great. Everything production has done has been awesome. The challenges, even climbing up that sucky mountain has been fun. Yeah, I've loved it all.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Do you feel like it was easier online or in person?
Online.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Especially because we played the Facebook games at first.
Yep. Yeah. Facebook Messenger.
Facebook doesn't have hills.
Only 15 minutes a day.
Live.
Struggle with it.
Awesome. Well, I think we're going to take a little break and check in on our player. But thanks for tuning in, guys. And thanks to the jury for giving us a little insight into their experiences and how much fun they've been having this weekend. So stay tuned. We should hopefully be back soon. Thank you. I think for now, yeah.